So, there are gradations of religious worldviews. Some of them have many problems, some of them have less problems than others, and some have no problems at all. They have a perfect worldview, and they have a perfect theology and an understanding of spiritual perfection, what it is. In the spiritual world, it is just the opposite of that painting where Jesus is serving lemon juice to everyone there. It's just the opposite. It means we are there as servants to the Supreme Lord. But when we say servant in this world, that's a very down thing. Servant, house servant, maid, lower income bracket, lower housing, all these things are undesirable. Nobody wants to become a servant. But if we think of certain types of service, service to our country, service to our family, then service has a little more dignity. It is a noble thing. It is a great thing. Sometimes it is considered the greatest thing. Service of family, service of country. But if we think service of any other individual or anything, that's very low. So if service of family, the service of country has dignity, then what about service of God? How much dignity that must have. So the most dignified position of any living being in this world or in the afterworld is to be a servant of God. So what that is, in so much detail, Prabhupada, our guru, he used to make fun and say, you want his phone number? We give you his phone number. Of course, he has no phone there. At least I haven't heard that God uses a telephone. But means that the information, what he looks like, what he does. We've only seen from Michelangelo, God looks like a retired weightlifter. It means he lifted a lot of weight. His arms are huge. They're very hairy and a little wrinkly, you see. And that was in Michelangelo's time. So what must he look like now? You see, the hand is coming down to embrace man from heaven. So again, in that worldview, God is subject to old age. Or because he's the oldest. The first, he's the beginning, he must have grown old by now. You see. But now what if you had your choice? Now, some of us have lived up to almost 60, like Vishnu Maharaj. He's approaching 60. Or your grandparents or relatives. So those who have lived life from birth and youth and everything up to old age. And you said, you've got your magic wand, you can wave it. Which stage of life would you like to be at forever? It definitely is down in the younger section. Nobody would say, yeah, I want to be old forever. Nobody. Youth. So, if God is the all-powerful, all-everything, why would he choose to be old forever? He would choose to be young forever also. At least he has a choice. You see. So, the Vedic concept is that God is ever youthful, always young. In fact, they say you cannot see God. And we also say you cannot see God with these eyes. But God may reveal himself. And he has revealed himself. And his form is one of eternal youth. It is mentioned in the Vedas that we would compare him to something around 16 to 18 years old. Not old, heavy shaver, 4 o'clock shadow, white beard, all these things, wrinkles here in the eyes, none of that. Ever youthful, always young, always charming, always beautiful.